good day. This is right. Today is Saturday, June 15th, 2024 for me. Another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So I apologize for the hat. I mean, the hat's nice, but the reason I'm wearing my hat is because I'm dealing with a lupus flare. Been dealing with for the past few days now, swelling. Noticeable swelling on my forehead. So, from time to time I do wear hats for that reason. Sometimes I wear it just for style, but not this morning. Past few days I've been sick, blow my nose quite a bit. Hopefully I can get through this video without having to do that this morning, but if I do, I'll pause. When I started this journey, didn't know what to anticipate, and the journey started with my health really 5 years ago when I was diagnosed with lupus, and everything seemed bleak. It seemed like the end of something. But then I have to look back further. I think really my struggles started even before that, a long time ago, in elementary school when I was placed in the special education classes. And it's just, been kind of with me over the years. And, I didn't really learn math until I was in high school. In particular, I remember long division was something that, I finally learned. And then I went to college and I struggled. Some of the courses were very difficult, but eventually I did get my college diploma and became a decent musician. I wrote music, performed music, and I have something called perfect pitch. So, if somebody plays a note or a series of notes, I can identify what note it is on the spot. At least I used to be able to, because that was something I had in practice. And, think back to my 20s, I was, I was trying to figure out my way. I was a musician throughout my 20s, and beginning in my early 30s, I was a musician. That's when I decided to put that down and go back to school for business classes. And basically since my mid 30s and now, I've been working in corporate. So 2020, like 2019 actually, when I was diagnosed with lupus, and there was so much happening in and out of the hospitals 6 times, less than 2 years. Racked up a lot of financial debt. The biggest of my debt has always been student loans, and still is. Over 70% of my non-mortgage debt is the student loans. I'm in my mid-40s. And a lot of times I feel insecure. Last week we had a get-together with my family, and I, felt kind of like the odd man out. For one thing, I was double-masked, and we were in a restaurant. So, I'm still protecting myself, being that I'm immunocompromised. So one of these days, I feel comfortable enough to remove the mask, but right now I'm not at that place yet. As a matter of fact, I've been sick the past couple of days, and it's like, what if I had, not worn my mask and, caught something else, caught something more serious that put me in the hospital. So staying on track. This journey, so fast forward to 2020, when in June of 2020, I identified I had $115,041.89 worth of non-mortgage debt. Now, it wasn't at that moment that, I said, okay, that's it. No more consumer debt. Because for years, I had gotten good at tracking every single penny of debt that I already had. June 2020 was the, the snapshot I had found I forget exactly when. It may have been a few months into 2023 when I started sharing my journey as to where where the highest amount of consumer debt I had identified. So I'm saying that to say this is that I may have had more debt, but there was a time one of my spreadsheets had become corrupted and it crashed, and I didn't have all the data from that. But I guess I was in the habit of taking screenshots of where my current debt was to keep track of it. And that's that. So ever since then, my debt has been going down. So much so that in 4 years, I've paid off over $63,000 worth of debt. I became a homeowner, and it could have been more if I had actually stayed home, but it was impossible because the distance from my parents' house to where I work was just unbearable, especially driving through a major city and having to deal with that type of debt. And public transportation, it would have taken me hours to get to work and then hours to get back home, and that the type of toll that would have taken on my body, it would have been too much to bear. So this journey is tough. It is. I'm not gonna lie. It is very tough because I'm making sacrifices. I say sacrifices, but it's become more of it's getting. I'm not seeing it less as sacrifices because financially, long term, I'm thinking about retirement, which you might say, okay, it has to be far off for me. Well, not really. I mean, 16, 18 years is where I'm hoping I can retire. Unless I have some type of financial windfall that I can retire early, but that's not that much time. I've been on this payoff journey for 4 years, and it's going by fast in some ways, slow in other ways. But there are sometimes I just want to quit. It's like, okay, I've got at this point I've got almost $50,000 worth of consumer debt. Why do I need to press the gas every month to try to pay off more? And then I think about my parents and how they never gave up, how they don't give up, and I think about my grandparents who didn't give up. I wouldn't be here without them. And of course, ancestors before then, where they had to endure the slavery coming from a completely different continent. And, for generations dealing with God knows what. And I'm in a place, in my family lineage where I have a college degree. Yes, great. I also have a lot of debt, and I don't want anybody else to face the type of debt I'm experiencing. And so, I brought up in a previous video some other options that people have is going into trade, or going to community college and then finish it up in a 4-year institution. Or I don't think I mentioned it, but starting a business. There's just so many options to not have to deal with the crippling debt that I've dealt with for over the years. And that's the reason I'm doing these videos. That's the reason I can't quit. I want to. I want to just say, all right, I could pay about $500, $600 a month towards debt, and I'll be okay. I have, some play around money. I'll be able to furnish that second bedroom that I've got. Be able to go on a vacation that I want to go on, and be able to, just relax a little bit more. But I can't do that. I've got to be an example and to show, that yes, the journey can be difficult, whether it be personal, financial, spiritual. I'm struggling. It's very lonely. It's very isolating, and a lot of it is my fault because I push people away. I keep people at arm's length because I don't want them to see me and being sick. Well, it's not even that. It's just the questions I get. It's like, how are you doing? Or you need to do this, you need to do that. I get advice from everybody. And in some cases it becomes, I hate to say it becomes noise. Because then it's like, who do I listen to? It can become overwhelming, to be honest. And, I'm doing the best I can. I can't do everything. It's just not possible. And I think that's where, people fall into that trap of thinking they could do it all. It's just not possible. There's not enough hours in a day. I've got to sleep. I've got, work to think about. I've got my health to think about. I've got finances to think about. And, a lot of times I'm just trying to stay afloat. And so this journey is tough. It is very tough. And in some cases, I'm feeling like I'm missing out on stuff. And I am. I know it. I can't just get up and travel at the drop of a hat. Like today, I'm in pain. My editing equipment is upstairs because, well, for one thing, I only edit once a week. And I have, business personal laptop that I have. So anyway, I'm going to walk upstairs there and probably spend most of the day upstairs doing laundry, resting. And then I'm going to come downstairs after lunch and stay down here till I'm ready to head back upstairs and go to bed. But I'm not going to go out because of the pain. And anyway, this is about as real as it gets. It's difficult doing these videos because it's not like I'm having a conversation. I'm just talking. So there's nobody asking me questions. I'm just kind of going where I go. And sometimes I ramble. Sometimes, it feels like I may not have a point. But this is for me to get it off my chest. And, I really appreciate you even watching. But I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up this video. But tomorrow's Father's Day, and I just want to say Happy Father's Day to my dad and the example you've been to me, and the reason why I don't quit. You didn't give up on us, especially on me. How I struggled in high school, ended up going to summer school twice, and you took me. And I felt horrible about that. But I remember one time you sat me down in the room, a bedroom, on a recliner, and you had talked to me. And you said, look, if you don't get your act together, I'm kicking you out today. Okay, you didn't say that. You said, I could come to you and I could talk to you. And that changed everything for me. And I'm truly grateful for that. Grateful for the years that you raised me. And, grateful for the man you are and the sense of humor you have. I relate. I get my sense of humor from you, even though, people watching the videos probably think I have no sense of humor, but I have a pretty good sense of humor. It's just kind of, hard to joke to the camera. And, the very serious topic I'm talking about. But anyway, if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit bell for notifications. If you want to post my videos, you can find me at youtube.com/@Lupus Lifestyle. As always, thank you for watching. You all take care.